Taurians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your yearly reading for 2023. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But first, let us get a general overview of what is to come for the year. Now, of course, I've already mentioned in the monthly readings that January is going to be a pretty slow start to the year, but it does pick up pace as Mars goes direct on the 12th of January. They're also giving me, before I shuffle any further, they're giving me angel wings. They are going to be symbols for you to look out for throughout the year, okay? So that's what they're showing me right now. They want me to go one more. So angel wings, look out for them. I mean, of course, they indicate that your guides are with you, but I feel it's important. They're going to show up, these symbols. You may see them walking down the sidewalk, graffiti on someone's tattoo, could be a piece of art or a card that someone gives you throughout the year. They're going to be important for your journey. They're going to show up just before you get really good news throughout the whole of the year, okay? Now I'm just going to get these final cards. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide for my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of for this particular year? Okay, now we've got spiral, okay, so this is about climbing the ladder, or basically it's about being on the up. Now for some of you, for example, if you're retired, this is about spiritually ascending. I'm getting this sense of personal development with this card, but I feel this is about going inwards and looking for answers as well. It does say here, things that may be out of your control in your external circumstances, but you are climbing upward. There is an upward trend for you. So even if there are uncertain times, and let's face it, 2023 is going to be a bumpy year. I'm not going to lie to you. There's definitely some planetary alignments that lead me to feel that there are lots of things changing for humanity this year. I mean, we can all see it ourselves. You don't need me to tell you that, but I do see some big shifts in certain areas, which I will go through. But we do have here revisiting a situation or a job or something that you're connected to that you may develop a little bit further. It will lead to either promotion, a raise, or you climbing the ladder in some area of your life. So a lot of success. I also feel this year overall there'll be some sort of deal that you do or something that will benefit you long term. Now, it could be a business contract, or it could be some sort of gift of money or inheritance. It could also be some sort of reward that you're given because they're actually showing me right now, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. They're showing me like a cup, like a trophy type thing. So it could be it could be a contract that you win, or it could be an award that you win. It could be a bursary that you get, some sort of deal that comes through in your favor. Okay, you're awarded something in some way. Could also be that you perhaps get into letter writing, or and you decide to start doing wax seals, things like that. But I feel official documentation is something that needs to be paid attention to this year in particular, because it really sets you up to be in a really good position. So whether you're working in the career environment or whether you're retired, pay close attention, of course, to all your documentation, because I feel like there's going to be one moment in particular throughout the year where suddenly you need to find it all. okay? And it may be time sensitive. So I'm just going to give you an example here because they're actually showing me like a passport in the water. So it could be if you are renewing your passport, perhaps they give you like 24 hours to, I don't know how it works, but perhaps they give you 24 hours to find the documentation, or you book an appointment and you have to find your passport or your documentation within a certain time limit. And if you're not organized, shall we say, and Taurus, you tend to be fairly organized, but I feel you may need to find that quick smart. So I feel rather than like tearing your hair out and trying to, rip up the whole house trying to find this documentation, I feel like you're going to be very organized to get whatever this is. Okay, so just be careful about organization of documents this year and make sure you open all your mail, okay, because I feel like there's something very official happening there as well that's going to come through, and you don't want to miss it. It's beneficial to you, okay? I know everything's online these days, and we're moving and shifting closer to everything being online one day. It's a lot sooner than we think, shall we say. But I'm getting this sense that there's something in terms of paper, something hard, what do you call it? Hard copy that will be in the mail that's important for you to look at. I mean, they're not giving me a timeline, but I'm seeing right about May in particular. So it could be, obviously April, May is your birthday month, but I feel it's not connected to your birthday. I feel May is the time when you may need to look out for this thing. So we also have here writing, clerical, paperwork, staying put. So I get this energy of you, your words having a lot of power this year, a lot of good contracts coming on in, but also very productive year in general to really make your mark on whatever career sector you are focused on, or really make your mark in your community. If you are retired, for example, and you're looking to broaden your friendship circle, your social circle, but also your knowledge. I get this sense of you really, how can I put that? It's like your reputation elevates this year in whatever it is you connect to. Now we also have butterflies, so major transformation year for you. I feel like there's a lot of quick changes for you this year, okay? And that's why you need to be organized, especially since we got the stork. There's been a period of stagnation. Suddenly things shift and change, but in your favor, so it is positive. Now the butterfly, of course, it says sudden change. Now that I look at it, it says sudden change. And it says frivolous spending, short-term loan. So again, I feel at the beginning of the year, you are really budgeting very well, strict when it comes to your finances, but there may be moments throughout the year, of course, that you want to spend. I would say economically, globally, the fluctuations may lead everybody, of course, to keep on tightening their purse strings. But the butterfly, I feel some of you may take on either side hustles or short-term projects, shall we say, that lead to extra cash. That's what I'm picking up on. Now, of course, not everything's all about money, but I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good financial position. Some of you, I see a lot of you are very creative. They're very gifted in terms of talent, and I feel you may pick up a creative hobby, something that you really enjoy doing that will actually bring in a second stream of income should you wish it to. But if not, I feel it's more about the enjoyment of what you do. And the butterfly, is about allowing yourself to fly, allowing yourself to become who you've always meant to be. So it says here fun work, enjoying yourself. Some of you may even take up like contractual work, what do you call that? Freelance work, that's it. Some of you may even pick up that and you find it very exciting. It just injects a little bit more energy into your everyday. Even if it's something you do from home is what I'm seeing as well. But with this card, butterflies tend to represent transformation. And when you think about the butterfly, the caterpillar goes in the chrysalis and it dissolves itself completely before it rebuilds or, rebirths itself as a butterfly. It takes on a new form. So some of you may actually be taking a new approach to your work or to whatever it is you're focused on. Some of you may even have felt that you've lost your way a little bit in 2022, or you felt it was a year of stagnancy where you felt a little bit like on autopilot. But 2023, it's all change and it's very positive and exciting. Especially since we've got the fish here, which represents a lot of abundance. But this is also about you connecting deeply to your feelings, doing a lot of emotional processing, healing. You're diving deep this year, okay? But the fish in the Lenormand deck represents abundance. It represents good fortune, good luck. wealth, finances, and business orientated deals. So even if, for example, you are retired and you're still focusing on your money, I feel like you pick up on good tips or investments where you can capitalize on what you've got, or just be a little bit more clever about your finances to make a little go a long way so that you're really enjoying yourself and what is to come. Also, we've got the lily. Now the lily is all about people coming together, community energy. It's like a gift. Okay, so I really feel that this year, I feel there's a lot of good things being offered to you because gifts tend to be offered. And with this card, I also realize that this is a highly creative year for you. Okay, I want you to be aware that you're going to approach things in a different way that makes things interesting. And I feel like you're also looking at self-worth this year and realizing that you deserve better than perhaps you've been accepting or receiving at this time. And I feel you may look at 2023 as a way to turn things around to benefit more because you put so much effort into everything that you focus on. And now it's about, getting fair recompense. And finally, we've got the stork. It's number 17 there as well, which indicates, star energy standing out from the crowd. But the stork is basically about sudden movement. So there will be lots of sudden changes that are orchestrated by you. But I also feel collectively there's going to be a lot of twists and turns this year in terms of world events that may affect us all in a personal way. Now, this could be how we deal with our finances, how we deal with our money, how we deal with taxes and economics. I feel big shifts in those areas. Also, I'll mention how Saturn influences us because it's in Pisces, which is all about health or healthcare, and how it can influence in those areas as well. So there may be restructures going on outside ourselves, but within your personal bubble, I actually see you, making big changes for yourself. But there are things that you've thought about for a long time. You weighed up your options before you make these decisions. So calculated risks is what I feel that turn out in your favor. And I see that the only way is up. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some bumps in the road for everybody, but I feel like you're being flexible to meet those challenges head on, okay? Now, we're going to get straight into each month as it comes. I'm going to do a major arcana card for each month, and then I'm going to clarify them as I go just to see the details, but you're going to get the overarching energy for each month. Now, major planetary developments this year, we do have planets shifting signs, 5 of them in particular, and when this tends to happen, radical change occurs. Saturn and Pluto being the biggest changes that will affect us in a major way, okay? Now, Saturn switches signs from Aquarius to Pisces on the 7th of March. Saturn switches every 2-3 years. It moved into Aquarius around about April 2020. And we all know what happened then, collectively, of course. Because just to let you know, Saturn is all about disruptive energy. It can be cancel culture, it can be stopping something, it can be delaying something, it can be disrupting the natural order of things, okay? And Aquarius is actually the sign of humanity. It is a sign of, integration, it's a sign of, communities and things like that. So it being in the sign of Aquarius, it ruled, social interaction coming to a halt, or independent thinking being put on pause. It really sort of affected us in all areas. So for March, it does move into Pisces, which is a positive energy, a positive shift, because restrictions in various places that still have restrictions will be lifted, of course. But because it moves into the sign of Pisces, Pisces is all about health. And it moves into the sign of Pisces until 2026. So you may see major restructures in healthcare systems, but also in the way that we deal with health. And for example, we do have a conjunction between Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, and this is very intense, okay? It forms an intense alignment that may affect people's immune systems. So it's important to get good food, good exercise routines, sleep patterns, things like that, to be at optimum best throughout the year, because I'm not saying there's going to be like another repeat of what happened in 2020, but I feel that there is, how can I put that? I feel like there is something other to come in, like, I feel 24, 25 area. And I feel like we just need to be prepared. That's all I'm feeling, okay? But because we have those alignments, it's most important to focus on health this year. And I feel a lot of restructure will be happening in healthcare systems. Now, there is a lot of positive aspects to this alignment, okay? It helps us stop bad habits. So it also helps us process deep emotions for better mental health. So you will definitely be looking at your stress management this year. This is something that will just occur collectively. We will go individually for you all in a moment. But also Pisces rules karma. So this is a year of good karma. And also for situations that perhaps need fair recompense, being judged and taking accountability accordingly, shall we say. Now also we do have Jupiter extending its benevolence right to us until May of this year. It's a planet of good luck, expansion and opportunity. So although there are some negative planetary alignments going on, right up until May, Jupiter kind of cotton wools us a little bit to keep us a little bit safer from some of the shocks and surprises. Okay, we do have Uranus making some waves throughout the big end of January, shall we say. So there may be some shock surprises going on there right at the end of January, but I feel like overall there's some good opportunities right up until May. Now Uranus, as I said, goes direct at the end of January, and it does bring major shocks, twists and turns. But these shocking events, whilst they may feel uncomfortable, they can actually bring very positive change, bring innovation and opportunity. So it's not all bad, especially since Jupiter is direct until May. Now also we've got Pluto, this is the big one, moving into Aquarius, and it is really a big deal. It changes everything. It changes signs every 10, 15, 20 years, depending on the placements in the sky. So anything that has been hidden from the collective or deeply embedded, it actually comes to light this year, okay? Also, any lingering issues or persistent problems that you've been experiencing personally in terms of repetitive cycles that you cannot find your way out of, they come to a head, they come to a climax and get released for improvements, okay? So you will see major improvements there. Also, it's worth noting that your sun sign is all about how you approach the world at large, your sense of self, the way you move through the world, shall we say, and what is your form of expression. Also, your moon sign is about the emotional side, your feelings deep down that are below the surface that you don't let everybody see. It's like your true intentions, the moon energy. So you may find that sometimes your moon sign resonates a little bit more. And also your rising sign is your actual physical approach to your world, the various options you have in your life. And sometimes it's important to get a broad overview. So seeing your sun, moon and rising sign is important. But because my readings are quite long, it's worth you really tapping into which area of your life you want to focus on first. Okay. So anyway, let's get straight to your cards. January is all about the cosmos. So you're thinking about your journey. You're thinking about the year ahead. You're thinking about what your true path is. What's the meaning of life? That philosophical question, where you want to go. Where is your true prosperity? So you may be doing a lot of weighing up, self-reflection. And you see the new year as a window of opportunity. Now you may have been feeling very exhausted, burnt out even towards the end of 2022, and it's like you just need a rest. But I feel like January gives you an opportunity to really do a lot of self-reflection and think about your next steps before you make them. Now you're the first sign, my beautiful Taurians, to get a Wheel of Fortune. No sign has got a Wheel of Fortune yet for the year. So I do feel like there are some lucky events to come for you in February. But I feel it's because you're weighing up these pockets of opportunity, shall we say, that helps you elevate. I definitely see a lot of success here for you. You've got so many brilliant cards. But the cosmos is all about your place in the world, what it is you really want to do, and how you want to affect the way you move throughout the world, okay? Now, this is a card that connects to completion, success. You may be looking back on the year that you've just had and looking at what worked and what didn't work, what you want to keep with you and what you do not want on the next part of your journey. So you're getting a lot of closure. Things are coming full circle, and it's an end of a cycle, and you're ascending. Okay, I feel like you've been tying up loose ends. January really sees you opening yourself up to a reminder that you must follow through on all the things that you start. So I feel a lot of intentions are being made during January. I mean, everybody tends to make personal development intentions like better healthcare, better exercise routine, food, better mental health, makes lots of promises, dry January, that sort of thing. So you may be connecting to some of those things in order to be healthy, body, mind, and soul, to approach 2023 with, a real can-do attitude, shall we say. Now, there's a lot of light here. I want you to be aware. There's a lot of light. And there's this energy here of, looking at the sun, the cosmos, of all the possibilities, all the potential that 2023 has in store for you. So whilst you're really trying to be very positive about 2023, I almost feel like 2023 for you is you mapping your progress for your 5-year plan. I actually see you looking beyond what it is you're planning so that you have a brighter future to look forward to. But you're definitely staircasing. Look at those stairs. They're going up towards the light. And I feel like that's the sun shining through the trees. So I feel if you've been a little bit confused on some part of your journey so far, or you felt a little bit clouded about direction, I definitely see you getting a sense of clarity in January to see the next steps or how you approach your situation, and you are ready to be open to capitalize on all opportunities. Okay, now if you're retired, I really feel you're going to deepen your sense of spirituality, deepen your sense of self. Some of you may think about going on a spiritual retreat, because I definitely see spiritual ascension here. Whatever source you celebrate, you're getting closer to your faith. And I feel a lot of you may be thinking about time, how best to capitalize on your time and not waste your time. There we go, the devil card, not procrastinate, okay? The devil card, it doesn't have to, it's not an evil card. The devil card is actually a card that highlights where we feel stuck, okay? And how to release ourselves from those binds. And also, of course, it's Capricorn energy. So this is you really strongly being influenced by that Capricorn energy to find focus, determination, willpower, get really organized to take on the year at full capacity so that you're ready for all that life has to offer, and also making some of your own gear shifts, twists and turns, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Now, I did pick up on this for another sign. I think it was Scorpio. So if you've got Scorpio placements, there may be something in that reading for you. Whenever we start a new year, and this is in terms of humanity, we all make intentions that we want to stick to. And this is the month where there is heightened temptation, okay? So if you've decided that you're giving up chocolate for the month or the year, suddenly you have like excess cravings for chocolate, and you're like, what? It's like amplified even more, because whenever we cut something out completely, our system goes, I need it, but I need it, but I need it more than ever. It's like a drug, okay? So I'm going to pull a quick card on that devil card for you. So there may be moments where, you feel a little bit of temptation, but also I'm getting the sense, because we've got the Fool card here, and these are 2 major arcanas. This is a full deck. Okay, so January is actually a really big deal for you, because you've got 2 major arcana cards to actually clarify it. Okay, so the Fool card is like taking a leap of faith, becoming unstuck, liberating yourself, and having a lot of potential. But when we start to look at the year ahead and think of all the things that we could accomplish, sometimes we feel a little bit overwhelmed with the journey and we don't know where to start. But taking the first step is imperative. Okay, sometimes we even make ourselves feel stuck because we think, oh wow, there's so many things that I could do, and there's so many things I want to do. Where do I start? I'll start here, but it just feels like maybe I can't do the other stuff. We start to get a little bit stuck in a bind. So I just want to pull a card on that devil card for you. Yeah, 10 of Wands, feeling like heavy energy, as I said, 2022, I felt For you guys and girls out there, I felt there was this heavy energy, like you're really burnt out. You have a lot of responsibility, and there may be some things, new things that you want to launch or start, but you feel like you still got old things to adhere to or tie up loose ends. So it's an important message about finishing things that you start. But the Ten of Wands can indicate, in order to make major changes and make new lifestyle decisions, it can feel like heavy energy. You know what you need to do, but getting there is difficult, shall we say. But the Fool card indicates that there is a lot of potential in whatever it is you're starting. You're embracing this new year with an excitement of, you don't really know where it's going to go, but you're going to launch yourself into it as much as possible to really enjoy all that life has to offer, okay? And plus, you're trusting in the universe that it will bring some good things in store for you, even though you may feel that new year, new what? So it may be a case of, well, maybe it's just another year with just, the same old with that Ten of Wands there. But I actually feel like this year has a potential for you to learn new skills, open yourself up to new exciting opportunities and new adventures. And I feel you're trying to push through that maturity, that mature side of yourself that says, really, is it any different? Time is a man-made construct. It's just the same old thing. We're just marking it by a new year. And I feel like you may have a little bit of an inner battle between that thought and your inner child, which is like, you know what, just be excited and be positive and embrace all that 2023 has to offer, and just really open yourself up to everything that is coming your way. So I feel like there may be a little bit of a stop-start to your January. Also, I feel when we're trying to start something new, we get really excited. The energy's there and we're charging ahead. And then we start to get to a certain pace where we start to unwind. And then you may feel there's a little bit of procrastination. So just watch out for that. It may creep in a little bit, but I feel you're trying to release yourself and put yourself on your true prosperity path. I feel like you're really trying to think about your purpose in January and how you can affect the rest of your year and, of course, the rest of your life as you move forward. But lots of opportunity in January. So I feel there's a potential to have a new start, either in a new job or a new way of working. I also get this energy of some of you thinking about relocating or changing some aspect of your life to bring in more excitement, more movement, more freedom, to embrace your dreams, your goals, and your inner child as well. Now, February, Wheel of Fortune energy. So this is one of the most luckiest months in terms of law of attraction, okay? You've also got another one here, which is round about September. You've got a lot of opportunity, but you've got 2 major months in the year of being able to connect to the law of attraction at a very heightened energy, okay? Wheel of Fortune indicates a cycle of change, but for the most positive sense. And I feel like it comes off the back of January because you're doing a lot of thinking, you're doing a lot of mapping, planning, engineering what you intend to do, those setting intentions. And it starts to filter out throughout the rest of your year, okay? So that positive mindset, that shift, actually helps you, and it filters out basically, I can see a really good year ahead for you in terms of your personal development and the things that you connect to. Maybe a little bit of uncertainty around about June time, okay? There may be some sort of new start that you want to accomplish or that you intend to do. So for example, if you are making plans right now to save as much money as possible, you may be thinking about moving around about August or July time, maybe a new job or maybe a new location. Maybe some of you are relocating in terms of emigrating, or thinking about just doing a job that's freelance and working as you travel. But you may not be able to do it until August, July, August time is what I'm picking up. But it may be something that is in the works for you right from the very beginning of the year, because I feel like you're thinking about your options way ahead of the game. But the Wheel of Fortune indicates a fortunate turn of events. This is a card that indicates that prosperity is coming to you. It's going to be within easy reach in February, okay? So I feel like you're working smarter, not harder. I also get this energy of you being able to go the full distance and getting clarity of your destiny. Okay, so this is about you thinking about your destiny, thinking about the way ahead, planning what it is you feel is your true north or your true purpose, your true reason for being. And this is about you discovering it and actually being on it and realizing it's happening. Okay, I'm going to pull a quick card here for you, because I get this sense of change for the positive happening with that Wheel of Fortune energy. I feel like it's a lucky time to move ahead on your destiny, or, yes, life is all about ups and downs, but I feel there's going to be lots of serendipitous moments for you, fortuitous timing, things working out in your favor, but definitely a positive cycle of change, okay? Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands in each deck keeps coming up. So a lot of you may be doing a lot of personal development work, and it's going to be exhausting. Okay, Ten of Wands tends to mean that you're really busy. Be mindful of burnout. Ten of Wands can be like some of you have a bit of anxiety over the way that things will pan out, but actually you're blossoming, you're thriving. So whilst things are looking good, as you can see, that figure is literally bent over, doubled over with all the weight, but there's so many beautiful flowers that are blooming. So I feel whilst you're being successful, or whilst you are in a period of change that is for the better, it can feel like you're completely exhausted, okay? So I'm not gonna lie to you, you're gonna be busy, okay? You're gonna feel like things are shifting for the positive, but it may be exhausting, especially if you're being independent, if you're setting up an independent business, or you are someone who is already an entrepreneur who has your independent business. You may feel like there's extra things to have to focus on. For example, there may be new tax brackets, or inflation affects you in some way. Could also be that you have a lot of documentation, a lot of administrative work to do, paperwork. So I feel like you're going to be busy, but it's going to be rewarding, okay? Queen of Swords is like you're looking forward to the future. I feel you're busy working hard, but things are working in a more favorable pace for you. And whilst you are going to feel like completely burnt out, it's something that's going to be enjoyable. You know when they say, if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life? I'm picking up that vibe where you're going to be very self-sufficient. You're being really direct about what you want, and you don't want to waste time. I keep getting this energy. You're not wasting time, and you are just being honest with what you want. You're being really precise. You've got a goal in mind, and it's like no matter what, you're going to get there, okay? Now, a lot of you, as you can see, there's this move that's in the future. Okay, now this could be a relocation of job or opportunity, or perhaps even, as I said, travel. Maybe it's even relocating in terms of home space, or you're wanting to sell your home. Real estate looks like it could be favorable for you this year, but I feel like you're waiting and watching until the right moment because of economic fluctuations. There will be an opportunity in 2023 for you to move forward on that if that is something you're connected to, whether you're retired or not, okay? The Queen of Swords, as you can see, she's elevated in that air balloon, and all those birds popping out represents this freedom to be on the move, this freedom to go places. And I feel that's what you're going to find in your life in general. There's going to be this energy of flexibility, but also being free to do whatever it is you want and set roots, plant roots wherever it is that you desire. But I feel like you're going further afield. You're making changes that are going to be very beneficial. All that green luscious tree there, that represents growth, okay? So you're going where the growth is, and that's both financially and in terms of personal development this year. But as you can see, she has got her eye on something in the future. She's on the up, she's on the move. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's got her eye on the Queen of Pentacles, which means, you know, how to conserve money, how to be able to capitalize and multiply finances, but also how to create stability and comfort, a life of luxury. So I feel this is also an energy of how to protect what you've already worked for. And I feel like you're going to come across some very lucky opportunities to put you in that position. Now, some of you, it may be you and a sibling, it could be you and a soul tribe member, you a family member, it could be you and a business partner, for example. There may be, you may come from different angles, for example, but I feel like you both want the same thing, which is to make sure that you're stable, comfortable, and that things work in, the best possible way. And sometimes whilst people do things differently because we've got two queens here, and I'm going to pull a card to see if it's two people or if this is two sides of you, my beautiful Taurus. I get when two people are coming from different ideas and have different ways of doing things, at first it can feel very jarring that you're like, okay, I do it this way and they do it that way, and that really annoys me. But at the same time, it's like, how can you see the benefit of what they do? How can it benefit you? And how can you benefit them or the situation in order to make things work? So whilst there may be someone who kind of stresses you out a little bit, it's like, how can you both come together to work in union? I mean, look at that. We got 5 of Wands here. So there could be a little bit of tension between you and a person in February. Now this could be, as I said, a family member, male or female, not a gender specific reading. Just because there's 2 queens there, it doesn't mean I don't assign the gender to the cards. I pick up the energy. But the 5 of Wands could be like competitive energy, but you're both fighting for the same thing. You're in training, okay? So the 5 of Wands, the history of this card is literally to train for something. Excuse me. To train for success. So I feel you're on the same page because the next card up is the 6 of Wands, which means success, glory, and a major breakthrough. And we got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is being an innovator, okay? Looking forward to the future, being curious about where things may go, having lots of different ideas that you can delve into. So, you know, this person who may affect your world in some way, I mean, this could even be just a person that you meet who gives good advice, but it may be advice that at first you think, it's not what I was really looking for, but there's a nugget, a golden nugget of opportunity there as well. I mean, you may even meet someone who gives you an opportunity. It's a lucky break in the month of February, and it's in a competitive arena. And at first you may feel a little bit like this person's very detached. You may think that they're a little bit ruthless, or that they're just really straightforward. They're just someone who's being really realistic, and they actually are very benevolent. I definitely get the sense of them giving an opportunity that brings more finances in or allows you to find a way towards a life of luxury. Page of Swords is, it's worth investigating. Go deeper on this. Also, this is about you being very curious about new things in the month of February, and I feel like you get lots of opportunity thrown in your direction in order to capitalize on it. Now, for some of you, if for example you are retired, this could be that you meet someone who is very different to the way you are, and at first this person may feel like very aloof or, as I said, detached. But this person, they're very wise, they're a very strong person, they've had to be strong, and I feel like you have an affinity with this person, and I feel that you and this person could actually be friends for life. But at first there may be this, like, not a misunderstanding, but I feel it could be that it just feels like perhaps you don't vibe at first. But the 5 of Wands is like creative brainstorming. It's like, you know, although they are different from you, there's a wealth of knowledge that this person has to offer, and you also have the exact same wealth of knowledge, but in different arenas or areas to offer this other person, and you just vibe off each other. You just find each other extremely interesting, and I see this person being a long-term friend for life, okay? So some of you may be curious about setting up a business or a partnership, and whilst you may feel if you are, say for example, you work for yourself, or even if you work for a company and you're in a career environment, you may find that you've got a lot on in the month of February. It's going to be very productive, but you may need an assistant. So some of you may hire an assistant, or you may ask your boss if you can have an assistant or some sort of assisted help for overflow work. It's not a sign of weakness or not being able to cope. It's a sign of maturity and being of good business mind. It gives you an opportunity to focus on the things that are important and leave the sort of more administrative tasks that are equally important, but perhaps take up a little bit more time than usual. It gives you an opportunity to streamline that, and it actually shows you in a really good light, because it highlights to people that you are someone who is capable of running your own business and delegating to people. So therefore in the future you would be a perfect person to elevate to a promotional position of manager or a CEO or partner or director or something like that, because you have direct control of managing people by just having an assistant. So I feel like in February this is a good month to show off your skills like that as well. But if you work for yourself, you may outsource some of the things that you do, because I feel like you're going to be so busy, okay? But in the best possible way. Also, Wheel of Fortune indicates better luck. So better fortune. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles came out there, and she is the Queen of Abundance, okay? So this is about attracting more wealth. Some of you may even have like a little win on some sort of financial thing that you connect to. So really look out for that. Excuse me, I do apologize. Also, some of you may be thinking about setting up a second stream of income or something from home, something creative from home that you love doing. You may even investigate a way to set this up so that it runs parallel to the job that you already do, and it just sets you up for the future as well. It has a lucky return on it too. But I would expect fortune to meet destiny. I mean, these two cards are literally like, this is like perfect ingredients, the perfect storm for this year for you. It's like, fortune's wheel meets destiny and synchronicity, okay? So I feel that you are setting yourself up for a really positive year ahead. Now, we've also got the High Priestess, and this is in March. So you're becoming a little bit more spiritually minded or more focused, shall we say, developing psychic gifts perhaps in the month of March. Some of you may even take a course of learning, or you may stumble upon a mentor who really helps you. This could be a free video online on YouTube or something like that, or some sort of social media platform. But I feel with the High Priestess, this is you like going off grid a little bit, because the High Priestess does not talk about the inner wisdom or the strength, keeps all those inner secrets to herself in order to process them and use them to guide her through life. So I feel a lot of you may be working hard in silence, and March is a pinnacle month for you to go off grid in order to focus on those things that are helping you to elevate. Also, I mean, this is a month of you feeling, to other people, I feel like you're a little bit mysterious, okay? I feel this is about trusting your inner wisdom, inner intuition, and some of you may pick up a course of learning in March, or you've already booked this and it may start in March. This is about you developing your wisdom, so I definitely feel like there's more knowledge available to you in the month of March, but I'm going to pull some cards on that High Priestess for you as well. I feel this is about your intuitive powers and hunches. Pay close attention, because they really help you with lucky breaks. And some of you may even have psychic dreams or visions, perhaps, that you're given by your guides to allow you to... it's like allowing your projects to germinate, allowing them to start to grow. So it's like breathing space. An opportunity to reflect. And we've got the Strength card here, so I don't know if you noticed that every card I pretty much clarify your cards with, they're major arcanas, so this is a big year for you in particular. But the Strength card indicates personal development, self-care, being strong enough to tackle anything that you meet head on. The Strength card is literally to be bold as well. You know, she's literally putting her hand in the lion's mouth, which is all about doing something daring, because intuitively you know that the risk will be worth it, because you've done the due diligence, you've done the research, you're in a position of knowledge and power. Knowledge is power, so I feel like you are in a very good position to move ahead on something. And if you're struggling with anything in particular, especially that Ten of Wands keeps coming up for you, so I would say self-care, managing stress levels and things like that is imperative for your journey ahead. Now, the Hermit again indicates a withdrawal period, going inward for answers, and it may feel like a little bit of a solitary time in the month of March there, because you're focusing on something. It doesn't mean you're lonely, it just means that you are learning to power up your energy, recharge your batteries to shine your light in order to make some of the changes that come in April there for you as well. Now, the Hermit energy is, of course, about inner knowledge as well. So I definitely get that this is a major month for personal development, doing a lot of spiritual processing work, a lot of me time. I get this sense of you really putting into practice spiritual or personal habits that actually benefit you long term. Okay. Also with that Hermit energy, I'm getting a real sense of listening to your inner guidance, listening to your heart, just to make sure that you're on the right path, to hear your own voice and not be derailed from your true north. So yeah, it's almost like preparation mode, ready for opportunity. Three of Wands is a card of wait, observation, pause. You're anticipating something that you've already set in motion to come to a head. The Three of Wands is a card of aligning your heart with your true desire before it actually happens, or before you put yourself in charge of changes that will see you launch something. So some of you, this is a really good month to reflect on launching a new business or taking an opportunity to travel. It could also be this energy of you waiting for results on something that perhaps you've been patiently and diligently putting your energy into. Three of Wands tends to mean that you can be confident that whatever it is you've done so far, it will deliver returns, okay? And it may even be better than you expected in the first place. So this could be, the first part of the month is thinking about the journey, the changes and the shifts that you need to make, the gear shifts, shall we say, that you need to make. And then it's about taking charge and moving forward. You start to make those changes around about April time, and then you're really moving forward around about May. As I said, something in May for you is big. It's really great news, and I feel very positive energy. It is like your pinnacle year, shall we say. And I'm not saying it's for your birthday month, because, April into May, of course, is your birthday month. But I feel more May energy is happening for you, where you start to get moving forward on something, or you launch something. But I feel you're putting things in motion for launching something in March. Three of Wands tends to be, there's a lot of opportunity out there for you to embrace. Now, there may be lots of opportunity, but not every opportunity will be meant for you. So I feel it's about you going inwards to really ask yourself, does this vibe with my journey? Does this really connect to what I'm about? So I feel you are approaching 2023, certainly very spiritually. Of course, there'll be financial aspects to it, but I really feel like it's about you honoring your heart and doing things that are really about your mission on this earthly plane. Now, as we move into April, the Death card signals change and transformation. You're cutting dead wood in your life. I feel like you are letting go of anything that perhaps has been in your way or in your journey that has been making you feel stuck in some way. I feel like you're creating space for something greater, something better. I always feel, my beautiful Taurus, that you're always looking forward, and this year is no different. I feel like you're looking beyond 2023. So a lot of you may be thinking about your pensions. A lot of you may be thinking about your investments that are long term. I feel like it's about, the end game. It's for you. You're willing to be patient and move forward at a certain pace that sets you up, but you also want to live in the now. So I feel you're trying to be present as well as be thinking about the future. But the Death card indicates transformation. There's something different about you in the month of April that everybody will comment on. I really feel like you're blossoming, you're coming into your own, and something that was very difficult to achieve or accomplish is actually accomplished in the month of April. And doors open, new doors start to open for you, and these doors are things that you want to be opened for you. Like, not everybody's going to open the door to success, and behind that door is a new job. You may open the door to success, and behind that door is better health. It depends on whatever it is you're focused on. If some of you may want to open that door and find a loving relationship that's there for you. So it's all about your focus. But with that Death card, I feel like you're making some radical changes in the month of April that will set you up for a wonderful new start in a certain area, okay? Now, this is a card almost like second wind. The January months are all about preparation, feeling ready, getting moving. And then I feel like things are happening for you. And then things start to dissipate as we get less energy. You've taken a bit of a pause in the month of March there. But I feel like this is about rejuvenating your energy and being ready to tackle life again, okay? Now, this could be a big ending of something in your life. You letting go of it. It could be a cycle that you've been in with a person who keeps coming back into your life but is not emotionally developed enough to resonate on the same frequency as you. It could be a friendship, could be a loving relationship, could be a family member that you feel you've tried so hard with, but still it just doesn't work. So you may be making changes within those dynamics in order to bring in healthier energy for you. For some of you, it could be the end of a job. You may actually decide to relocate, move forward. We got the Chariot card there, which indicates whatever you are letting go of, you're certainly moving on to something else, something that's more beneficial, something that brings more growth and more success. Okay, so I feel like you're making sure not to hold on to outgrown goals or outgrown situations, friendships, because you feel that this year is about releasing baggage. Okay, so let me just clarify that Death card for you. We've got the Seven of Wands, we've got the Three of Pentacles, and we've got the Emperor. Yes, this is about, your personal control, but it's also about you developing things and making things more solid and stable in your life. Seven of Wands indicates you're strong, okay? You've had a lot of personal experience that has left a mark on you. And whilst you will never forget those experiences, you're learning about those experiences, okay? The Death card doesn't mean that you're letting go of something and you failed at it. So for example, if you've been working in finance for all of your life and suddenly you desire to be a horse tamer, or you decide to be, I don't want to say, actually I'm going to take that back. Don't want to say horse tamer. I think it's probably because, we've got this person behind bars there and they look like that perhaps they've been in the circus of life. So let's say a horse whisperer, okay? So if you've decided you want a complete change of your career, for example, it doesn't mean you failed or you're giving up that part of yourself that you dedicated to your initial career in the first place. It means you've evolved and you've decided that, you've come as far as you can with that, and now you have a new set of goals and new set of energies that you want to input into a situation, and you're starting something new, and it's an exciting new chapter in your life. It's not giving up something, it's not failing at something. It means you have a new focus. And that's so important to realize, because sometimes we can hold on to something like an outdated set of beliefs because we feel we've done it for so long. What else would we do? Or we've done it for so long. People would just look at us like, oh, wow, you're giving up because you feel it didn't go in your favor. No, it's not about giving up. It's about refocusing. It's about changing your mind. And that's allowed in life. Okay, so it's so important to recognize if something is ending for you. Even, for example, and I'm not feeling this, especially from these cards, I'm not feeling that you're going to lose your job. But if, for example, you lost your job, or people who, get made redundant and things like that. I have a friend who recently got made redundant. This is why I'm mentioning it, because the energy is there. If a redundancy happens, and it's a shock, of course, but it's the universe's way to say, you know what, you deserve better, and you were not seeing the signs, or you felt it and you knew it, but you didn't take action. So the universe comes along and just knocks you right off that perch, because it says, you know what, you don't deserve to be in this place, because they do not deserve you. Okay, and so therefore, things like losing a job or losing an opportunity means the universe is aligning you with something greater, something better. So whenever there's major change in our lives, it's important to realize, whilst it may feel uncomfortable in the moment, we're being set up for something better, something more rewarding, something that we actually deserve, rather than settling for second best. Because sometimes in life, we settle. And we don't even realize we're settling for things. The universe says, don't settle, you've got something better coming along. So they remove the things that are not meant for us, so that we can be guided. We can be, it shows up in that sentence, rejection is protection and redirection. That's the universe or God or whatever source you celebrate that says, you know what, we've decided that you deserve better. So we're going to push you out of that situation. We're going to redirect you over here, and we're going to protect you from that, because you actually deserve this, which is way better. So it's important to realize that. The Three of Pentacles indicates you're building something solid. You're building something special here. You're engineering, you're planning. So I get the sense that you're having the courage to plan something, to come out of a comfort zone and actually, reach your full potential. okay? Because as you can see, this figure is behind bars. So it's like you don't want to feel stuck. You want to release yourself from a situation. You want to get moving. And the Three of Pentacles indicates you've got a plan. It also indicates that you are so talented. You're so gifted at whatever it is that you do. People talk about you behind your back and how good you are. They even want to help you, but they see that you've got it all by yourself. So I get this sense that, you know, some of you may go into consulting work, or you may set up a second stream of income, or you may be planning something to use a gift or a craft or a skill that you have. And be bold and just put it out there, because sometimes, you know, I've known artists that are so gifted at what they do, and I'll see their work. I'm like, oh my gosh, why do you not share that on social media? And they're like, I'm scared of being judged. And I say, I totally get it. I totally get it. But you're just hiding your light. You need to shine your light. Let it out, because people need to see it. They need to be, they need to experience it so it can elevate them as much as the work that you've done has elevated you. So it's about sharing. Okay, and I feel this is what you're being guided to do in April. The changes that you're making are helping you share your gifts or your talents with the world in some way to put yourself in a really good position, okay? Now, we do have the Emperor here as well, which some of you may see a raise, promotion, or even a better opportunity that puts you at a higher status in terms of your career, okay? If, for example, you're looking for a promotion within your working environment, I definitely see April. There could be powers that be that are watching you. If you work for a company, for example, the hierarchy may be looking at your skills and realizing that you need to be elevated. They actually want to help you, and they will, I feel like they'll provide you with the tools to make it happen, or they'll provide you with the new promotion in order to make it happen, okay? For some of you, you may launch a new business, set up that second stream of income, become an entrepreneur. This is definitely a leadership month that actually helps you move throughout the rest of the year. Also, with the Emperor, I get this sense that if you've been hurt in a relationship in the past, some of you may begin counseling, or some of you may even become a counselor and use your experiences to help other people rebuild their lives. Because I get this sense of things becoming stronger, or delicate situations becoming stronger because of experience. I feel like you've got what it takes to go the distance to whatever it is that is your goal. And it's going to be different for everybody, but you're going to make major changes to make those things happen. And doors are going to fling wide open for you in the month of April. Now, as we move into May, we've definitely got movement forward. We've got success. We've got drive. We've got willpower. This is a card of triumph, okay? But it's also a card of heading in the right direction. So it's almost like a check-in month where you're like, am I still on the right path? The answer is yes. You've got a vision and you're moving towards it. Excuse me. Now, the Chariot is a card of overcoming any obstacles, and any changes that you're making, you start to streamline them and feel more in control of it when you move into the month of May. The Chariot card also indicates that destiny is also a factor in your movement forward, because there's no reins on this Chariot. She's running that Chariot by the pure willpower and determination to thrive and survive, but also the universe is backing her up because of her ingenuity or her initiative to take the first steps towards making changes within her life. If you take the first step, the universe takes 10 steps towards you. So it's important for you to realize that using your initiative, your motivation and drive is important whenever it is you are trying to accomplish something. We must make the first steps or make the effort, and you're certainly doing that. This card, okay, as you can see, I feel the intention here is to stand out in your field, and not in a showy offy way. I feel like you are headed in a direction of success, and you will accomplish great things when you get this card. It is a month of confidence, of determination. For some of you, I get this sense of really having a mantra of believing in yourself and, allowing yourself to fearlessly move towards your dreams. And I feel like, yes, there may be some shifts and turns in this month in particular, but I feel like you're remaining flexible to get to where you want to go. Also, the Chariot card is a card of travel. So some of you may take a quick trip somewhere, or you may be planning some sort of move that comes to some sort of climax. I feel like if, for example, you're moving home, or you find a home to move to, or you're relocating to a job, I really feel that you start to feel completely comfortable in that move around about November, okay? Some of you may even think about relocating across the world or doing some sort of job where you travel. You get the best of both worlds. You earn money as you learn, but also as you travel, you get to see the world. So this could be a real possibility. Wheel of Fortune, as I said, you're the only sign so far that's getting a lot of Wheel of Fortune, a lot of good luck. Jupiter is on your side, and this is the last month that Jupiter is direct, okay? After that, the energy just gets a little bit lesser. It doesn't mean there's not any luck available. It just means that the opportunities become a little bit slim pickings. But the Wheel of Fortune indicates things work out in your favor, lots of lucky breaks. Although you may experience challenges, you overcome them and you are successful. Again, you're on your true path towards your destiny. I feel like you're being very spontaneous. Things just work out in your favor. As you can see, the heart is running the show here. I feel the heart is important in the month of May because it sets all the wheels, all the cogs in motion to bring in divine timing to accomplish whatever it is that you have set in your sights. Also, you may uncover like either a secret, or you may uncover a way of working that perhaps is not known to many people, and it helps you move forward. I just feel like there's, you know, if you were to pick apart a machine and you see the inner workings of something, I just get the sense that you are going to really get in deep and find out the inner workings of something. I mean, it brings financial reward, that's for sure. Remember to keep an eye on your post. They're showing me mail, and a physical hard copy mail in May. Okay, I feel like that just came up already when we did the overall energy, but 10 of Pentacles. It's something financial or something connected to finances that will be important for you. There is a real opportunity to bring in more wealth as you assess your journey in May. Also, 10 of Pentacles could be family business, so some of you may even have something going on there. There's going to be a lot of luck surrounding a family business, but also a lot of luck surrounding pensions, a lot of, well, it is a cycle of change. I want you to be aware of that because the Wheel of Fortune, it can be up and down, but the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright. So it could be like an increase in interest rates or something that benefits pensions or legacies. For example, some of you may even, make a major purchase in the month of May and you get a really good deal or a discount, okay? So this could be like if you've got your eye on a property that you want to buy, you may be waiting for times in terms of the market, and you may find that the property that you're looking at, it may reduce its price around about May time. And then you swoop in and you get the property at a better deal, for example, or it could be some sort of sale or discount that you get. I definitely see this a month of conserving wealth, and this can also be a card of continuity. Your hard work just pays off. You keep doing what you're doing, it's going to build more wealth, but also more enjoyment. Okay, I feel like some of you may be even able to save more this month regarding your pension. But this is a card of affluence or attracting more finances, okay? And using your knowledge to help other people. And by that, I mean, your friends, or some of you may even set up like a channel on YouTube where you offer your know-how, your knowledge to other people. And as a result, you build and grow a business out of it, okay? Now, as we move into June, we've got the Moon card. Now, a little bit of uncertainty month here. I'm not here to scare anybody, of course. I am getting an energy for like April, May, June for me. And I can't read for me, but I can, when I'm doing the readings for collectives, I'm getting the sense that in terms of world events, April, May, June, there is like some strange energy, shall we say. And I feel it's like expect the unexpected. And you've had you've got Wheel of Fortunes, so I do get this sense of expect the unexpected. But because at the beginning of March, we have Saturn switching signs, that is going to have a major impact. And Saturn, is all about rules, regulations, restrictions, disrupting the natural order of things. And I feel like there could be some world events or restrictions or even suggestions of what is to come with regards to certain things that may impede travel or things like that may come into play. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what those things are, and I'm not politically minded to actually comment on that. So, I don't like to comment on things I don't know about, because I don't want to make a comment from an ignorant point of view, shall we say, because I'm not aware. But what I do feel is that there are some shifts occurring that may make things feel a little bit uncertain as an assessment point in June for everybody collectively, shall we say. But the Moon card indicates that you're very instinctive and very intuitive, and you will rely on your hunches in order to investigate the facts, shall we say. Because we can never really do something unless we get the facts, right? But if you have a hunch that something doesn't feel right, that persuades you to go and do a little bit of digging deeper. So I definitely get this sense that the Moon card, pay close attention to your intuition, your hunches, and I feel like you will be digging deeper on something. But the Moon card could also be a reflection on your path. Are you still on the right path? Are you still on the right journey towards a goal? You may encounter an obstacle in June. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you there. I feel like there could be an obstacle, but let me just see what is happening on a deeper level. King of Cups, follow your heart, use your intuition. I'm going to go one more before I really connect to that King of Cups for you. As you can see, deep down, something feels off, right? Shark-infested waters. So it's like this, it's like the protector. It's not like an omen of protect yourself. It's more of a trust your intuitions, because if something feels too good to be true, but your instinct is telling you something's off, then it's off. Okay, so trust it. As you can see, this King of Cups does not want to launch this ship right now because it's shark-infested water. So it's like, I'm going to pause. I'm going to wait. I'm going to check in with my intuition first to see when is the right moment to do something. So I feel by trusting your intuitions, you will know when the right time is. King of Cups tends to be someone who is a natural protector, someone who is a visionary, someone who is very intuitive. And I feel this is you, my beautiful Taurus. Even though this is a Scorpio card, I feel this is about you trusting those intuitions to make some sort of change or move. Okay, because there's a lot of movement for you. You're going to be elevated. This is a card of protection, Eight of Wands. As you can see, that's movement forward, or things picking up pace. If someone tries to rush you into a deal or rush you into anything in the month of June, or any time really, but June is a pinpoint month for you, I would just ask yourself why. Why does this person want this deal done so quickly? What is it they're hiding? What is it they don't want me to uncover? Okay, even though you've got the umbrellas there, which represent protection against any storms, rain, things like that, sadness, I get this sense that you are elevating, you're reaching a climax in some period of your life, and there's good news rushing in. But I feel it's important to listen to intuition during this month. Also, Knight of Swords indicates if you're making any major lifestyle changes and some of them just feel a little bit like off in timing, then just take a pause and, investigate a little bit further just to see, why you should do a little bit of more investigation work, as it were. But the Knight of Swords is about expanding your knowledge. It's about expanding your experience. And it's like broadening your perspective or your horizon. Okay, going, because I'm getting this, from this card I'm getting, is it worth it? Is it worth it? That's all I keep getting. Is it worth it? So there's something here that perhaps you have a communication on, or you're trying to change. Just ask yourself, is it worth it? And if it is worth it right now? Or should I wait? Is there a better time to do this? Okay, so it could be tax related, it could be economic related, it could be in terms of your elevation in your career or something you're launching. Okay, the Knight of Swords also could be connected to traveling. Okay, it's like, so for example, okay, I'm just going to try and give you an example. And this, it may be like, okay, say for example, in the month of June, you're like, okay, I'm going to drive cross country in order to see my best friend. But on the weather reports, it says, Hurricane Irma is coming in, and it may affect one of the points or one of the areas that I've got to drive through. Is it worth me going, or is it worth waiting? Okay, so I'm just giving you an example. So it's like external forces outside yourself have the power to change something for you in June. And it's like, Is it worth it? And can I pause it before I move forward? Because the Knight of Swords is like, be bold, be courageous, you're elevating or you are moving, you're still going to do what you wanted to do, but don't be too hasty, okay? Because hastiness can lead to, things not working out in your favor. Also, angel wings. I know there's no angel wings here, but they're showing me angel wings again for you here. This indicates that you're protected, redirected, that your guides walk with you, and this is going to be a very strong month for you seeing angel wings, okay? Yeah. Now, they tell me I'm not finished with this card. It's like you're expecting rain, okay, but you get an opportunity to, because of using your intuition, you get an opportunity to remove anything that has the ability to take away your happiness, okay? By using your intuition. That's a little bit vague, but I'm not getting anything more from this energy in June. It feels very uncertain, and I feel like it's outside yourself, but the wolves tend to represent finding your path or finding your way by using your intuition. So it's like there's this big obstacle here, and can you find a way to go around it so it's easier for you rather than having to go over it, which may be more difficult. So I get the sense that there's an easier way of doing something in the month of June. Now, as we move into July, your hot step in it in July, there's a lot of freedom energy. There's a lot of new adventure energy, a lot more, letting your hair down, shall we say. This is a card to remind you to have fun, because I feel like you're having fun right before you get serious again. So, this month, July, may be a time where you feel a little bit more independent when you're making moves. It's a card of, enthusiasm, because you're about to launch something or you're about to do something where you have to be very focused and strict about work or about something. It's something you're focused on, like as you come into August. I feel like you are becoming really serious in August. So it's almost like that final release of having fun before you get serious about something again. That's what I'm feeling here. The Fool is, of course, represents the new journey or a beginning of something or trusting the universe. It's a time for optimism. And some of you may embark on learning new skills or pick up a hobby or do something that really excites you, gives you a lot of freedom, independence, and it may be something that you've been focused on for a while. As I said, I feel like there's something here that perhaps you've got your eye on doing, and you may launch it in this month. So let me just see what that means for you here. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurus? Yeah, look, as I said, it's something that you had your eye on. We got the Queen of Swords here. So it's around about from January, February. It's something you had your eye on, or that you were thinking of, that you've had forward planning on. We've got the Emperor. Yeah, it's a preparation before the Emperor. It's a preparation before success. So this could be like your ultimate pinnacle power moment that you're preparing for. This is a card of being direct, keeping your focus, having this new start or some new energy that brings in gain for you. Now this could be material gain, it could be success, ambition. For some of you, it could be travel, okay? It could be you planning. So for example, some of you, if you're retired, you may think about buying a holiday home and, you're going to get that really good deal, as I said, and then suddenly things get moving. With the Queen of Swords, it's like you've had your eye on this moment for a while, or this is something that you've wanted for a while that's going to lead to prosperity, you living a life of comfort. And the Emperor indicates you're going to be like building your empire or being in control of your domain. Okay, and I don't mean like you're going to be in control of a lot of people, but I feel like it's a power play. You're kicking back, relaxing before a power play month where you're going to put yourself in a really good position. Now, also, I'm going to pull a quick card on that Emperor because I'm getting strong authoritarian energy from that. The Moon, yeah, something uncertain. It's outside yourself. It could be government regulations. It could be you find a pathway through it by using your intuition. Okay, so I feel like you've got very strong mental reserves. You're very intelligent. Queen of Swords indicates that you are very analytical. You're someone who is very organized. You will be clear on how to navigate this situation. Okay, but I do feel the Fool card is a card of relax. It is a card of having fun. It's a very fun month for you, but I feel it's a fun month that gives you an opportunity to pause in order to get organized for what's to come. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. One more, just to clarify. Queen of Swords. They give me the same cards. So it's like organized, okay? Organized, being direct, knowing what you want. So you want to basically have balance between fun, play, organization, so that you get the best of every part of the world and what it has to offer, shall we say. Now, Queen of Swords also can be like healthy boundaries. So it can mean that someone tries to pull a power play on you in the month of July, and I feel like you are very self-sufficient, you've got healthy boundaries, and you're teaching a person how you like to be approached. And if you let anyone away with any bad behavior, you're actually teaching that person that they can get away with it, and they can do it again and again and again until you nip it in the bud. This may be the month where you nip it in the bud and say, no, you don't get to have access to my life like that. So some of you, if you have like an overbearing boss, for example, or someone who tries to abuse their power in some situation, I feel like you may take yourself further afield, or it may be something you've been thinking about throughout the year, but suddenly you do it. As you move into July, this could be a springboard into something more successful, or launching your own business during this period. But mostly the Queen of Swords is about having clarity of purpose. Okay, and the purpose is to enjoy life a little bit more, and see what life has to offer, what the universe has to offer, and create more independence, more movement, to be freer and let your hair down and have fun. Okay, whilst at the same time, being in a secure position. Now, as we move into August, Emperor energy, you're totally bossing up. This is a prime time for you reaching high status, okay, success. Your plans that you've got in motion are yielding results. This is a card of also, expecting to build upon your plans and make other plans. It's a card of really being organized, of, deciding what you want, and planning for the future. There's a lot of respect here. So if someone comes across you in July, for example, and they try to bulldoze you with their personality, or tries to influence you in some way, and you're not having it, diplomatically, I feel like you are exerting your power and saying no. That word no is a very powerful one, and I feel like you're learning to use it this year as well, in a healthy sense. But I feel with the Emperor card, there's a lot of knowledge that takes you to where you want to go, and there's a lot of success here. I would say there's a couple of months, pinnacle months of success. I would say for you in particular, we've got May, we've definitely got August, and I would say October, November are really good months for successful outcomes, rewards, opportunities, accolades, standing out from the crowd, and really, exerting your power, or being in a power a position of responsibility and influence. Okay, so I definitely feel like the Emperor card, I'm getting a true sense of lots of responsibility, and that's why you got the Queen of Swords there quite heavily, because it's like you're being organized, okay, in order to take on that responsibility. So I would say very productive month in August there for you. A lot of paperwork to adhere to, a lot of business going on there. King of Cups, again, trust your intuition. If it feels off, don't connect to it. You will know when the time is right. But if you're stepping into a leadership position, I feel like you're very instinctive and you're very fair. Fool card. So we're getting the same energy around this part of the year, which is about, intuitively making a new start, taking a risk that will pay off, but, using your intuition to take that risk to put yourself in a really good position. So I definitely see you being in a leadership position, protecting what you've already worked hard for. I do feel like these months are protection months, you working for something and making sure that you're in a secure position. Now, as we move into September, if you're looking for love and you're single, it doesn't mean that you won't have opportunities to find love throughout the year, but I feel like your major focus is on other things. This is a prime month for you settling down with a long-term relationship, a soulmate, okay? So you may meet this person I feel like you make some changes around about April time. I feel like you may meet this person April, May time. Maybe even a little bit before, but it may not turn into a high level commitment until later on in the year, but you still enjoy exploring this relationship and it is faithful, okay? So the Lovers card indicates settling down with a high level commitment if you want to, soulmate energy. But I do feel if nobody's come along, I feel like you have a lot of options in love, but I feel like you are meant to do a lot of personal development this year and have those healthy boundaries before you meet this new person, because of course you need to love yourself fully before you can extend a cup of love to another person. Now the Lovers card at Grassroots, this card literally means attracting what your heart desires or the frequency that your heart is resonating in, attracting you, being in the law of attraction, and entering a cycle of change where your heart is leading the way, shall we say. Also, it is a card of choice. So I feel like you're checking in, making sure that you're making the right decisions. And also with the Lovers card, I feel this is you like, it's almost like you're being given a nudge to ask, what would you create if love were the main ingredient? Okay, so what would you do if you could do anything and your heart could manifest anything? What would it be? And that will be your focus as you move throughout the rest of the year, okay? So those of you who are already in a loving relationship, I do feel like there's some major changes occurring in your relationship that will deepen your connection. Intuitively, you become stronger together, but some of you may think about relocating or, you know, buying a new home, or even, I mean, some of you may think about starting a family. But if you're in a relationship that you haven't got married yet, I feel like September may be a month where you will think about getting married. I mean, I'm shuffling these cards, my beautiful Taurus, and as you can see, the same cards are coming out for you, same message. Eight of Swords, the Emperor, and the King of Cups. So this could also be, because the King of Cups keeps showing up for you, this could be, if you're looking for love, there may be someone that you have feelings for, but intuitively it just feels off, or you feel like they're keeping a secret from you. I feel like you're about to meet a divine counterpart. So if you are single, I feel like there's a potential for you to meet two people this year that are potential love suitors, but one of them, whilst they're very protective of their feelings, and they may have had a very difficult journey in life, and they may have trust issues, okay? And their trust issues may manifest with them being quite withdrawn when it comes to expressing their feelings. So I would just be mindful of that person. I don't feel like they've got anything to hide, but I do get a sense that perhaps this person is trying to free themselves up and be more emotionally available, but they're just not on the same frequency as you just yet. So you will meet that person, but you'll know who is your divine counterpart. There is a divine counterpart, the Emperor. I feel like you will know who this person is, definitely. I feel like it becomes a relationship September, but you definitely know who this person is that you want to spend your life with in August, okay? And this is something that will blossom into something really beautiful, a divine counterpart. Again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. Also, Eight of Swords is about, you know, something that perhaps you cannot see, but you can feel. Intuitively, you can release yourself from that by choosing, you know, the option that feels right. Okay, when you get an Eight of Swords, this can be, you know, it can feel that things are, you know, you're feeling down. I mean, look at angel wings. They're really indicating angel wings for me right now as well. Real solid month for angel wings. I mean, when I look at your cards, you've actually got loads of angel wings in your cards as well. And that's before I even shuffle this deck. So angel wings here, angel wings here. I feel like you'll be guided intuitively to the person that you're meant to be with, okay? You've got more angel wings here as well. November being a very positive month. The Lovers card also indicates be careful what you're wishing for, because it will show up. And we got to ask for things the way that we want them and use the words that are correct to describe them. Because sometimes we can flippantly say, oh, I'd love that to happen. And then the universe goes, okay, here it is. And you're like, oh my gosh, I was joking. I didn't really mean it. So it's so important. Words and thoughts, they become things, okay? So remember the power of your words during this month. With the Eight of Swords, also this month may be a month where you have a little bit more stress than usual. You may have a little bit more anxiety than usual. Have compassion for yourself. Your intuition will get you out of any situation. Just go inwards to really acknowledge what's going on there. I mean, with the Lovers card, sometimes when we've got a choice, we hit a bit of a brick wall. We can spend our time in analysis paralysis and find it difficult to make a decision, but it's about trusting your heart. It will lead the way, okay? Now, with the Star card, this is October. This is when success, it's like it's really highlighted. Some of you, for example, will be acknowledged for your skills, your gifts. So maybe some sort of reward or an award or a bursary. Could be some of you that get a certificate for a job well done or some sort of bonus. Okay, this is a card of success, of a dream or a wish coming true. So I definitely see this being a very positive month for you. Also, the Star energy is major healing month. So I feel a lot of self-care will occur in this month. But the Star is you recognizing that there's a brighter future to look forward to as well. So you've set yourself on the road to success, and the Star energy indicates that there's much more to come as well. A month where you purify, so I feel you will deepen your connection to your healthy goals when it comes to food, exercise, routine. So if you've lapsed along the way, which I feel like there may be a month where you do that. For me, I'm seeing the energy, it would be around about June time. You may, do a little bit of overeating or eating snacks perhaps that are not so good for you. But I feel like you pick up, that better energy as you move into the month of October. Okay. Now, in the month of October, also with the Seven of Wands there may be someone who betrays a confidence. So be careful who you trust with your secrets, because we do have the Seven of Swords there. But the Seven of Swords is not necessarily a negative card. It can indicate that you're doing something differently or independently. And whilst other people may not understand what you're doing, you're making a new start and you are shaking up your energy. So Seven of Swords can be a card of independence. It can be a card of, you marching to the beat of your own drum. As you can see, this figure here is holding her egg close to her chest. So just because you're doing something that is for you and you're keeping it to yourself, it doesn't mean you're being secretive. Likewise, if a person is doing something that they feel is important to keep to themselves, it doesn't mean it's negative. It can be a positive. The Seven of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot is golden. It's got yellow background, yellow ground, yellow floor. That represents goodness, better opportunities. It represents positive energy in the tarot. Yellow is always a sign of affluence and good times and reward. So I feel in the Seven of Swords in particular, especially in the Rider-Waite Tarot, that figure is stealing the swords from the army because he does not want to fight. He wants to find an alternative, more what's the word I want? Spirit, could you please? Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Diplomatic. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. A more diplomatic way to resolve an issue. So on the surface, it looks like the person is doing something that's really weird and wrong, but actually the intentions are good. Okay, so I feel there may be a little bit of a misconstrued energy going on, but I would say be mindful of who you keep your secrets with in the month of, because I feel like they could be exposed. The Star energy is anything hidden coming to light. So if you don't want those things to be exposed, then, keep them to yourself, of course, or only tell the people you trust. The Empress card, though, indicates that you come off really well. This is also a card that indicates for example, you've got a divine counterpart here. Again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy, but there's a real potential to have a loving relationship here. And it's like if someone is just, more insular than you, it doesn't mean that they're hiding something from you. It may be that they're going to tell you exactly what they're wrestling with at a later date, but right now they're trying to process it, or they want you to fall in love with who they are before they open themselves up to something that may have been traumatic for them. I don't feel like it's negative or it impacts on your relationship, but I feel it could be like a secret is exposed or comes to light in this month, that you will be strong for your partner or for whoever tells you the secret. I feel like you are someone who is a shoulder to cry on as well in this month. The Empress card also indicates a new version of you, a healthier version of you as well. Some of you, if you're in a high level commitment with somebody, there is a potential to have a child or children if that's what you want. Not everybody wants one, so it depends on what you want really. But the Empress card is a card of nourishing, healing. It's a card of fertility, creative ideas, and it's also a card of wealth. Because the Seven of Swords also does connect to negative energy, it can mean watch your possessions. This is a month where, you know, someone may try to, you know, take an idea, for example, or take, you know, sort of take the credit for your work or your idea. So just be mindful of that. I would say, yeah, also watch your possessions as well. Strength card, though, with the Empress card indicates you're strong enough to get over this, whatever this is, and you move on. It's like you're above it. You're above this petty squabble or whatever this is. And I feel you move on from this knowing your worth. Someone may try to undermine you or in some way do something underhanded, but you remember your worth, and that is your shield. Okay, so that's so important. Now also in November, we've got reward. We've got a goal being accomplished. This is like a very high point in your year where things come to some sort of closure where you're really proud of yourself. Okay, this is a card of abundance. It's a card of success and things coming full term for you. This is also a card of you tying up loose ends as you wind down the year. I really feel for you, November is the end of your 2023, because as you move into December, that's all about you taking stock of everything that you've accomplished, being really proud of yourself and learning, looking back at the learning curve that you've had throughout 2023. But the world is all about success, okay? And closure, getting closure on things that perhaps have been negative, because you're reminding yourself that you have value. Now I'm just going to clarify, Eight of Cups, walking away from any drama or anything that no longer serves you. And as I said, the Eight of Cups, it really signifies that this November is particularly the end of your year. You're checking out of 2023 round about November, okay? Because you're done and done. Five of Swords, you will reflect on the year as being difficult, that you held it all together. You got there's some really good karma coming here. But as I said, a truth is exposed. It may change you, but I feel like you overcome it, whatever it is. It may leave a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth regarding a friendship or a relationship that you had. It could be a friendship. So, but I feel like you overcome it, you move on from it. Five of Swords indicates a little bit of overthinking or difficulty, or even thinking about things that had the potential to really ruin a situation. But I feel you find a solution. The Justice card is about finding a solution to a difficult situation. Now, the Tower also indicates coming out of a comfort zone. If you've been going around in circles or you have a repetitive cycle round about this month, I feel like you're liberating yourself. I feel it will have been a very productive and busy year, and I feel like you're holding it all together. And this is your month to release in order to start to rebuild again for the next year ahead. Also, the Tower energy can mean that there is some sort of shock that you may experience, that you will find good karma comes from it. Okay, so let me just pull a card on that Tower for you. The Justice card indicates like a wrong is righted, or things find balance, or you make some adjustments in order to factor in this shock. With the Five of Swords there, it could lead to some sadness or some sort of upset there. With the Judgment card, yeah, you weigh up the situation. You're leaving your old life behind. And the Four of Swords is like you get rest, you get healing from this. So I feel like, again, we've got angel wings here. So I feel that whatever this experience is in November, I feel like you have like a revelation of how to find a solution. And I feel like you realize you're on your true path, or this is the way things were always meant to be. And you are leaving a difficult situation behind to find peace of mind. Whatever it is, you end with peace of mind. You're going from the Five of Swords, which is a little bit of anxiety, worry. You're going to the Four of Swords, which is and relax and peace. And you know what? I'm not allowing the situation to affect my vibrations. So it actually works out in your favor in the end. But I feel like it leaves you with a lot of choices or decisions, and you make some adjustments as you move throughout November into December. Okay, the Death card, you're really governed by Scorpio energy. Scorpio Aries energy tends to be about destruction, bringing regeneration. So I really feel that you're perhaps changing something, or ending or destroying something in order to rebuild in a much more positive, strong way. Okay, and then finally we've got December, which is all about taking stock of what you've experienced so far. This is the Hierophant, so you're really looking back at your year, because this is the Taurus card. The Hierophant is all about the promise you made to yourself, how you delivered it, and what you learned from it. So I feel like you leave 2023 knowing that you learned quite a lot, and that you have faith that there is better to come. But also with the Hierophant card, this is about, some of you may the Hierophant can be about crumbling institutions, and because you had the Tower there, it can be like an idea, or some sort, it's like values may crumble, but you are rebuilding. Or, for example, you may see crumbling institutions around about November, because a tower can represent like global events. So you may see a lot more restructure in banking, in healthcare, and things like that, where they close facilities, or there's less services, and I feel whatever it is that's happening, you find a way to intuitively and intelligently put yourself in a really good position of strength and knowledge. I feel you are the sort of person who prepares, okay? And I feel like this is a card of preparing, using your knowledge to prepare yourself for all the changes that are going around you. And this is a card of newfound faith, okay? You're on a real spiritual journey, and I feel that you're deepening your faith and deepening your connection to source. And you have done that throughout the rest of the year, because I feel your source or the universe has shown up for you many times in 2023, okay? The Judgment card, Ten of Swords. So managing your stress levels. Ten of Swords is like the end of the year, that 2023, whilst you've had some good times, of course, there's been, some ups and downs. Ten of Swords is a card of, gently letting go of something. It doesn't always have to be like it's a painful ending. It can be like a natural order of things. It's the end of the year. It's December. So you're actually looking back and looking at all the headaches and how you can learn from those experiences in order to not repeat a cycle as you go into 2024. Ten of Swords also may indicate, whilst you're trying to get a bit of downtime and tie up loose ends at the end of the year, that people still need your attention, or they still need to pick your brain on something, and you're like, oh gosh, can't people stand on their own 2 feet? But deep down, I feel like you enjoy the fact that you're needed, and that your ideas and your words have value in their life as well. So it is important. But whenever you're striving to reach happiness or the sun, it's never going to be easy. So I feel like you're actually putting yourself in a really good position, but you're managing your stress levels, okay? Judgment card also indicates a reevaluation point, where you're looking at the year ahead and where you want to go next, and what you get to keep going into 2024 and what you're leaving behind in 2023. The Judgment card also is a reassessment. Are you on the right path? Are you still listening to your true calling? Because I feel this year is all about your calling, and I feel like you are on the right path. And you're ending the year, look, on angel wings, more angel wings. So this is such an important message. I'm getting true chills here. I hope you can see this. You're going to see that your guide stepped in many occasions to help you along the way. And there's so many positive twists and turns for you. That you will look back on 2023 with a smile, and you'll be feeling proud of yourself as well. Eagle, mastery. I think Scorpio also got that, okay? But if you've got placements Scorpio, there may be something in that reading for you. But this is about seeing the bigger picture. It says, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world, okay? So this is about elevation. It's about taking flight. It's about going the distance, but it's also being a visionary, seeing the future, seeing things ahead. And this eagle is actually flying above the mountains. So you're seeing any obstacles before they become an obstacle. And I feel like you're preparing yourself to make sure that you are ready to take on any circumstance, okay? Now I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we go. And just to make you aware, I'm sure you're already aware that I am in a new space. I'm visiting my folks for the holidays, of course, and I'll be here until January. And of course, I'll be back in my usual space in the next couple of weeks, though. So thanking you for bearing with me with the space. I know it's a lot different, but I will be back to my usual space very soon. Now, finally, we've got that tree. The Queen of Swords is carrying that tree across the lands and going to settle in a place that she calls home. So I get this sense that you're planting roots this year, you are growing, you're branching out, and there's a lot to be looking forward to. This is a card of growth, both spiritually and personally, but it's also about wealth. It's about stability. It's about, there being a lot available, a lot of abundance available to you. Trees tend to represent stability, but also, it's like learning from past mistakes in order to rewrite the future, shall we say, in a better way. Some of you may even be very concerned this year about your, not concerned, but maybe thinking about your heritage, where you've come from, and the legacy that you will be leaving when you look at your mark on the world as well. So these may be deeper philosophical thoughts that may enter your mind as you walk through 2023. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Taurus. These readings are longer, of course, because it's the yearly. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press the little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians. Love and light.